Hi, I'm Liz, and today I'm here to talk about someone very special that really completely changed my dance life and my life. It's someone very special. I'm sure you know her or at least heard of her. It's Kamilia. Okay, so I will try to make this as short as possible, but it's so much to say. I am not going to get into her story, her background, her experience, because it's too much to say, and I know she's working on putting a biography. If you do not know her story, definitely watch out for that, because you are not going to believe it. Okay, I'm gonna start from the beginning. So I met Kamilia in 2018. I was in Egypt attending a festival, and I was talking to a girl about dancers, dancer styles, and the teaching, the classes that we have been taking. And I was saying, oh, I really don't like when a dancer only dances to the rhythms and the doom stacks, and it's all like pa pa pa, but the whole time I really don't like that. And she said, oh my god, you have to see my teacher, you're going to love her, she's exactly the style that you like. And she had a few videos on her phone, and she showed me some videos, and she briefly told me a little bit about her, and my jaw dropped to the floor. I was like, how is it possible that I don't know her and that I never heard of her all of these years? Because I've been studying Oriental dance since 2000, 20 years exactly, and I just could not believe that I had never met her before. So she actually called her on WhatsApp, introduced us, and we exchanged contact information and booked our classes right away. And then she started telling me about her story, and to today, every day she throws something else at me, some incredible story, incredible experience, incredible knowledge or information, and every day I'm like, oh my god, it's like a box of surprises. I said this since day one. I think Kamilia is by far the biggest hidden jewel we have in Oriental dance. It's almost unbelievable to me that we all don't know her to the extent that we should, because really she's an icon in so many ways in the history of the dance itself. That's just it's just mind-blowing to me. Again, I'm not gonna talk about that because I don't know, we'll wait for her biography. I'll talk about my experience with her. So okay, really, all of my dance life, 20 years of dance life, I've done so many classes, workshops. I had dozens and dozens of teachers, either private, groups. Some I had multiple classes with, some just one. But really, I always loved studying and taking classes, and taking classes with as many teachers as possible, because I feel like everyone has a little something that different, something that can add to you and to your dance. But then Kamilia came along. I always say, before Kamilia and after Kamilia. She was, the big epiphany, the big click, like the moment where everything made sense to me. All of my life, I always had, people saying many times different things, contradicting each other. I had people saying, just you don't do too much. You have to choose if you wanna dance to the rhythm or if you wanna dance to the melody, or really you have to dance less, or you have to dance slower, or stronger, or this and that, and technique and all different things, and always like someone says something, someone says something else. And then Kamilia came along and stop everything. We're gonna learn how to listen to the music. And guess what? You're going to dance to everything in the music. For the first time in my life, I had permission to dance to everything that I was listening or that I was hearing in the music. And that's her signature. She taught me how to listen to the music, because we think we do, but we really don't. Western, us as foreigners, we have a very different backgrounds. Our music is very different. The way we hear things is very different. So once she teaches you how to listen to the music, it's like an unveiling. It's like I couldn't see and now I can, or I couldn't hear and now I can. And it just changes everything. I can't even describe in a few words. You will never listen to the music the same way before, and you will never dance to the music the same way before. Because now that you hear it, first you have to interpret it, but also changes how you watch dance. Because now when you watch a dancer, the first thing you will see is no longer the technique, is no longer her costume, is no longer how pretty she is. The first thing you see is how the movements connect to the music. And that changes everything. For the good, sometimes for the best, sometimes not. You become very picky, if you would say. Especially me personally, I've always been a person of more of the science area, more of math areas, and even for my job, it's all analytics, it's all codes, it's all patterns, it's all details. So now that I hear the music this way, I can't not see it and not listen to it anymore. So when I'm watching dance, the whole time I'm like, the details, all the notes, everything that you will either catch or miss. And it does change you. There's no coming back from that. Aside from learning how to listen to music, it's so much. It's so much to talk about. It's the first time in my life when I felt that I actually had a source of information that I could trust 100%. If Kamilia says something, you bet that's the true and that's the correct information, because first, she will never say something she doesn't know for sure it's correct. And second, because I know all the work that came behind the scenes for her to know that information. She didn't just hear it once, she didn't read it once somewhere, or she didn't make it up. She studied extensively for years, and she still does, which is the most important. So if there's anything that, a topic that she wants to know more about, or someone asks her anything that she's not 100% sure, she will go out and she will reach out to not one but several people that are experts in that topic. And I mean, the best of the world, the best musicians, the best teachers, the best choreographers from the Arabic world, and she will get the correct information. So just having that security and that confidence on knowing that the information is correct, it's something that I never had before in my life, and even today. Of course, I found out that so many things that I heard before were not true, and I'm still going through that process. So now every time, like, oh, I should ask her that. I have to ask everything. I have to ask Kamilia, because she's the only source really, at least that I have now, that I met, that will give me something that I know I can trust 100%. And I don't mean this to put anyone else down, because everyone's doing their best. But what happens is, especially in Oriental dance, really the market is dominated by foreigners right now. So first, most people teaching and giving information are foreigners. So maybe they heard this information from someone else, and they passed on to their students and so forth. So they don't know any better, and that's what they will teach. But the other big issue we have is that the few Arabic teachers that we have in the market, many of them actually don't have the background, the experience and the study behind to be musicians, teachers and dancers, and definitely especially teachers, master teachers. Many of them just started teaching and dancing because they are Arabic and they moved to a foreign country, and oh, you're from Egypt, you must know everything about Oriental dance, can you teach us, right? And then you also have misinformation that gets spread that way. And all of that, I mean, everything that I consider that I know today, really, I learned since I met Kamilia. I just knowing this process of how to find reliable information, it's a game changer. It changes everything. Really, it teaches you to, and it should be obvious, because that's how science works, that's how any academic research works, right? You take a piece of information, the first thing you ask is, what is the source, right? What is the research behind this for this to be an actual fact? No, that's something that we do with every other area of study. But in Oriental dance, it's more like, oh, he said, she said, that's what my teacher told me, whatever. But really, we should apply the same thought process. Kamilia changed my mindset and my dance, my life, everything in so many ways. Even in the sense of I am not crazy, because many times especially when you look at the market and the global belly dance community and Instagram and social media, and you see so many things that are all over the place, all types of fusion, confusion. It's really it's a free for all. No, it's freestyle. It's unfortunately many girls that are only interested in showing their bodies and being as sexual as possible to attract attention. Doing some type of folklore that's completely off, or performing to the music, but the music it's completely in the background and it has nothing to do with the movements. So we're bombarded by so many ways, so many streams, so many styles, especially now that we have social media, that you begin to question yourself. You begin to what am I doing? Sometimes you feel lost, where should I go? I don't even know where I fit into all of this. And really Kamilia was kind of, she really, I don't even know if I would still be dancing, because I just would know where to put myself with my style, what I like, which has always been number one. The reason I dance, the reason I study this art is because I am madly in love with the music. And she came along and showed me a way that I can continue to interact with this art. I can continue to grow as an artist, and a path of study that I really felt right about the time I met her. I felt like I really don't know what else to go with this, in terms of studying and continue to grow and develop, especially after being studying for and dancing for so many years. At some point you kind of hit a place where how do I grow from here, right? You hit that plateau. I'm sure a lot of professional dancers feel that at some point in their careers. And one of the things Kamilia says all the time, and that she showed me, is that there's always something to learn, to study. Doesn't matter how long you've been doing it, she still studies, she still takes classes. But now I know in which direction to expand and to keep growing, and that there's just so much to learn that can keep us busy and growing really forever, for your entire dance life. And I think that's something very, very precious. Now, I talked a lot about Kamilia as a teacher, but I wanted to talk a little bit about her as a person. I don't even know, there's almost as much to say of her as a teacher than as a person. She's just, again, a hidden jewel. She has the biggest heart in the whole world. Every day I'm so amazed by her heart. She's just genuinely loves to help people in any way. The same way she loves to teach, she loves to help people develop as an artist. She is so happy to see people developed and do well, which is, believe it or not always the case with teachers. But also as a person, anything you need, anything at all, she will just, she's a caretaker. She loves cooking, so she loves cooking for people. She will, whatever it is you need a massage, you need a gift, you need a hug, you need positive thoughts, you need whatever it is, she will take care of you. She just has that in her. This amazing, completely selfless person, completely open, and she just gives so much to everyone, to anyone that comes her way. You can't, I mean, that's personality, regardless of all of her amazing knowledge and experience as a dancer. That's her as a person. So when you put that together with the dance, it's just, she was born to do this. She's the absolute perfect teacher. And when I say teacher, again, I have to expand. You know, she's not an average teacher. She's one of the few teachers that I truly consider a master teacher, which I know it's a term that, you know, we love to use today, and a lot of people call themselves master teachers. But really, she has all the backing, the resume to be a master teacher. But she's also a producer, a choreographer, an artistic director, and not just because she calls herself that, like most people in the market do. She actually went to school, and she has academic background to do those things. She just didn't self-entitle herself and with all these beautiful titles. She actually went to a formal training to do that. So I mean, if you don't know her story, please watch her biography. I really think she will. Now I think this time in her life, when she went through a lot, but I think at this time she's coming back strong into this community for a reason. I think she has a mission. I think she has a legacy to pass on to all of us, and I think she's gonna have a huge impact in preserving Oriental dance and bringing us back to the truth and the root of this dance. Back to the really, I don't want to say right or wrong, but really the way it is supposed to be, the correct way, correct information. And you know, if you want to go deviate from that, and I always say that you want to do maybe fusion, you want to call your personal style, whatever it may be, but knowing the root, knowing the original, to then grow from there, instead of most of us just learning the different things that it became. That's not the original. And of course, I have to say, besides everything that she taught me and teaches me every day, and becoming my best friend ever, my sister, she truly became a family to me. I'm an only child. she's the sister I never had. But also she gave me possibilities and experiences that I would have never in a million years dreamed that I would ever have. Just knowing, knowing people that never in a million years I thought I would come near, having access to information that I never thought I could possibly have, but also getting this amazing project started, which is Ishtar Congress, which is something really that I think it will be an amazing way for us to disseminate all of this information, all of this amazing experience and correct information that she has in what we're calling a congress, because the idea of getting the dance community from around the world together to learn and exchange information and talk about many important topics, not just come learn a choreography and go home like most festivals. We really want it to be a place of dissemination and exchange of knowledge and information. And unfortunately, of course, just when we are about to start, we have this pandemic and everything is so uncertain right now. But this will pass for sure, and we will continue with the project. In the meantime, we will continue to research and post videos and post informations, everything online. But we really will take this project forward and become, really provide to Oriental dance an academic source and methodology of study and research that we need so desperately. I think we have in many other styles of dance and art, we have some type of academic a structure and study and research and sources, and we really lack that in Oriental dance. So I said way too much already, but really the message that I wanted to leave here is that Kamilia is again the biggest hidden jewel in our Oriental dance community, and we absolutely need to share this jewel with all of you, with all of our community, because we need to pass on this information and this knowledge so that it can continue and not just die, and then the dance becomes something else so far from the root. And if you are ready, it's not we talk about this all the time too, it's not for everyone, but if you truly are an artist, if you truly want to develop as an artist, if you want to learn the correct information, if you want to continue to develop as a dancer, if you want to really do Oriental dance the way it's supposed to be, then Kamilia is the way to go. She developed a methodology that's really designed to help foreigners like us to get as close as possible from the Oriental and the Arabic way, and there's just nothing like it. It's like no other class or workshop you ever had, and it will change you forever. And that's the alert. It will change the way you hear and see things forever, but it will just take your dance and your art to a place you never thought you could go. So all I can say is, Kamilia, I will never in a million years be able to repay you for everything that you gave me and you give me every day. The information, the experience, the love, the help, everything that you give me, there's just no price, and I will never be able to to repay. I wish I had more to offer, but really you are an angel that was sent to my life to say, hey, come on, hold my hand, I'll show you the way. because otherwise, I don't know, I would be completely lost by now. So I'm looking forward to many more projects, continuing growing. We have a lot to do, and I know we will accomplish a lot, and I hope to at least be able to help tiny little bit with everything that I can, even if it's just like my technological skills. But I know you have a really big mission, and we are going to do everything we can to share it with our community. Oh, thank you so much.